Hello, soul family. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Divine Soul Guidance. My name is April, and I'm a spiritual mentor and awakening guide, here to guide and support you through the stages of your spiritual awakening. Today's topic came to me a while back, and I've just been waiting for the appropriate time to share this message. I did a brief talk on TikTok on this topic a couple of years ago, and then I've just come into a deeper understanding of the term chosen one and why this has been circulating among spiritual and religious communities. I want to give the disclaimer that this message is for people who are at a pretty advanced level on their spiritual path, and that it reflects the understanding that I have been shown through the development of my own spiritual gifts and inner knowing. I am not here to convince you of anything or to change your beliefs, because we each have our own level of awareness and understanding. If this message doesn't make sense to you for some reason, that is perfectly okay. Either it may be that you will come to your own understanding in your own way, or that it's just not right for you at this time. My goal today is to really break down where the term chosen ones comes from and why all of us are called or chosen in some way to fulfill a purpose or a mission here on earth, but that few of us decide to answer the call. Let's dive in. First, let's start by examining why we humans feel the need to create labels such as chosen ones in the first place, or why we create other labels such as light workers, star seeds, or spiritual warriors. Our human brains are kind of funny. They constantly seek to create meaning, which sometimes involves putting people and things into boxes or categories. Man-made labels help us to identify our purpose and our role in society. They help us to feel safe in a way, because our ego needs to be able to have an understanding of where we fit into the world. But they can also be detrimental. They can also be a way that we use to separate ourselves from one another. It is only our human persona that needs these labels. Our soul knows all and sees all and just is. Our soul does not think in terms of human language and human labels. It reads energy. It derives meaning from feelings and experiences and intuitive knowing that comes from our connection to our Creator. Our soul interprets symbols and signs and messages, sensory experiences, and more, and assembles them into some kind of meaning. And I'm saying this because it's good to keep in mind during this lesson, and something to be aware of, as we need to be careful not to use labels as a way of holding power over another or viewing ourselves as more righteous. They are simply a way to create meaning and to understand our experiences. All right, let's talk about where the term chosen one and even the term the 144,000 comes from. I've gathered this information from various sources online, which I will reference in the notes. And this is only a small snippet of what I found and is intended for awareness sake only. So please do your own research, and you may find more information than what I can cover here today. Essentially, what I discovered in my research is that the origin of the term chosen one is a bit complex. Some of it stems from mythology, where certain mythological characters were chosen by the gods to save their race and save humanity. In these stories, the characters were those who survived natural disasters, wars, or famines, and who had special protection from the gods in order to go on and continue their race. On the flip side, the term chosen one also shows up in a religious context. In the Bible, for example, the term chosen is used in several different places. It's used to refer to the Holy Land, Israel, as God's chosen people. It refers to Jesus as the chosen one, or the Messiah, who comes to earth to save us. And it is also used to refer to people such as saints and disciples who have a special anointing over their lives. Along with this, the term the 144,000 is referred to in the book of Revelations as the souls who will be saved after the rapture, the ones who are protected from harm and who will inherit the new earth. But all of these ideas and theories essentially are things that our human brains have created to make meaning. They are similar, yet presented in different contexts. If you dig further, you will see that the phrase chosen one is also used in literary texts as well. So again, the concepts and labels that we create as humans can sometimes create separation and a sense of superiority, which is not something that comes from God, because God is only unity and love. The important thing to remember with these terms, again, is how they're presented and how we take them, and to make sure that we're not using them from a place of ego. Apart from what I discovered through my research, I have my own understanding of what the 144,000 represents. And I've heard other spiritual teachers and gurus talk about this as well. And it may just be something that is shown to us as we raise our level of consciousness. But what has been shown to me through my own spiritual gifts and spiritual awareness from multiple sources, books, podcasts, other content creators, that the 144,000 is actually not a number of people who will be saved or who will go to the new earth. It is a level of Christ consciousness or level of frequency that will be necessary for us to achieve in order to ascend. It's a frequency that anyone can achieve if they choose it, if they do their healing work, they accept the call, and they work on their interior energetic body, their mental body, their emotional body, and their spiritual body. Anyone on earth has access to this, but only a few actually choose to follow that path. And if you think about it, there's already more than 144,000 of us who would identify in some way as God's warriors. Whether you use the term chosen ones or light workers or star seeds, we are spread out across the globe, and there are many of us. Again, these labels are really not important, because if you are a warrior of God and you're highly conscious and aware, you don't really need a label to identify who you are. You know who you are, and you don't need to speak about yourself from a place of superiority. You don't need to feel as if you're special or elite, because the true chosen ones are living in their divine essence, and they're automatically special because they are walking the talk. They are living the life that their higher selves has called them to live, and they're following the path and the purpose that God has called them towards. God's warriors, the chosen ones, the light workers, the star seeds are who they are because they have remembered their mission. They have remembered who they are and why they're here. They've remembered their connection to the great I am and to the God source that exists within them. And not only have they remembered, but they have also accepted and owned who they are and what they're here to do. In the next part, we will examine this even further and why certain people decide to answer the call and others do not. The trick I've learned through my own inner knowing is that you already decided before coming to Earth that you would assist in some way with the ascension of the planet, with the preparation for a new Earth, and with a new way of living and being. Those who signed up for this mission, which is being carried out now as we speak, and will amp up even more in the coming months and years, did so by choice. They knew how hard it was going to be. They knew that their earthly human experience would involve suffering, rejection, betrayal, abuse, oppression, chastising, and more. They knew they would come into a difficult family situation that would be very painful, and that would provide them with experiences that would mold and shape them in order to be able to fulfill their mission. They knew all of these things, and yet they agreed to come here anyway. Chosen ones are not necessarily people who have some special anointing over their lives. They are God's warriors who chose to follow the path lifetimes ago and who are being protected and assisted from the spiritual realm now so that they can be successful in what it is they are here to do. The chosen ones are simply those individuals who have woken up, become aware of their mission and purpose, and have answered the call. They're the ones who said, yes, sign me up. They're the ones who said, no matter how hard this is going to be, no matter how many obstacles I have to face, or how much suffering I have to undergo. I am willing to fight for God and to follow the path I have agreed to follow, because it is what is going to change the future of humanity for the better. And they did this without hesitation. Again, remember, this was all decided before coming to earth to have this human experience. Each person's mission or purpose here on earth is going to look different. Some people are here to be teachers. Other people are here to be healers. Others are here to lead and organize. Some of us will have a more challenging mission than others. Some of us will be on the front lines, while others are behind the scenes. All are necessary and important. No one is in competition here. No one is better than anyone else. We are all God's children. We are all like a unique set of puzzle pieces of different shapes and sizes that come together to form a giant tapestry. Our gifts complement one another, and together we are here to bring positive change to earth. Through your own spiritual development and rise in consciousness, it will be made clear to you what your particular mission is. You are not deciding now, remember. You are remembering what you had previously agreed to. You are remembering your gifts, your talents, and the deeper calling over your life. It was always there. You just lost touch with it as you went through this human experience. Other brothers and sisters here on this earth, due to their level of wounding, level of capacity, or level of spiritual development in this particular lifetime, will not be in a position to accept the call at this time. Or they perhaps did not agree to come here for that particular purpose of assisting with the Great Awakening. Some of these individuals will stay in a perpetual state of suffering, unconsciousness, fear, and wounding that will not allow them to step into their divinity in this lifetime. They will need to come back again in another lifetime to repeat the lessons and to remember who they are. This is written about in many of Dolores Cannon's books, if you're familiar with her. It is also written about in Barbara Marcinek's book as well, which I will reference both in the notes below. But it is what has been shown to me through my own spiritual gifts and higher consciousness. Your only job here on this earth is to remember who you are and why you're here, and then to design your entire life around fulfilling your mission and purpose. The question is, do you know why you're here? Have you started to remember and to understand? If not, allow me to assist you. This is what I have been sent here to do. If you are willing and ready to answer the call, I would love to work with you. That concludes today's message. Thank you for listening. If you wish to go deeper into this topic or share your experiences with me, please feel free to reach out via email or any of my other social media platforms, or follow this channel for more upcoming content. If you are in the early stages of spiritual awakening and are looking for more guidance and support, check out my Soul Awakened course and one-on-one mentorship options. This course guides you step by step through the stages of awakening and helps you discover your soul's purpose and develop your spiritual gifts so that you can step into your mission here on earth and remember who you are. Your gifts are needed at this time. I hope that you will have the courage to answer the call. Much love. See you next time.